at you. Today we are doing a oil pressure switch on a 2006 Hummer H3. So if you're curious where your oil pressure switch is, I think it's pretty much in the same place on most vehicles. So what you want to do is locate your oil filter. So on this car, I'm going to shine a light down here and see if we can see this. So let's see. It's hard to get a good view here. Let's get our light down here so you can see. All right. So our oil filter, you can see over my big sleeve, is right below here. And that green thing you see, that's our oil pressure switch. So they're usually pretty close to each other. So we already ahead and went and got our new one. This is a Dorman part 926040 oil pressure sensor, oil pressure switch. Either one should find the part you need. It's a sensor. Show you what it looks like inside the box here. There it is, oil pressure sensor. So basically just got a plug on the end and screws in. All right, the best way to get to the oil pressure switch on this car, you can see it from the top. If you got a small enough arm, you could probably reach in there and grab it. Like I said, that's it right there where you see that green. It's kind of like focusing on my finger. The easiest way is to go through the wheel well, take off your passenger side front wheel. So we've already taken it loose. Got these big monster wheels on this truck. See if I can get it off one hand without hurting myself. Roll this big boy off to the side here. And where we do our light, I got our light shining on it. So as you can see through here, better view of it. That's it right there, the green tab. So we're gonna go ahead and unplug that and see if we can unscrew this bad boy. All right, here's a couple suggestions for you when doing this job. So we've already unplugged our switch. As you can see, the green plug's hanging there. That's it right there. Before you unscrew the pressure switch itself, I suggest you put a oil catch pan or something under there, because each time we've done one of these jobs, sometimes you get some oil that pours out, especially if the car has been running for a while. This vehicle probably has been sitting for about an hour, so hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a buildup. And one other thing I'll have you take a look at is, if you see this switch, it's got like a weird shape around the outside. You can use I think it's a 27 millimeter long socket on this. But what I suggest is getting you one of these. It's an oil pressure switch socket. This thing is designed to fit on top of your switch properly. I'll show you. See how the inside is contoured just like the switch is. And if you notice, look at that. Bad boy fits in there perfectly, although you'll be putting it on this way. Look at that. Fits in perfect. This thing was only about $6, so get you one. That way you won't have a chance of stripping this or rounding it out as you're trying to tighten it up. So yeah, I would suggest you go ahead and get one. So let's go for it. We're gonna try to go ahead and remove our old one. All right, so one thing to notice about this this socket here So the size on it says 1 1/16, if you're curious about the socket size. And we got 2 extensions on here, and we're gonna use a little bit of a swivel to give us some action. And we don't feel like breaking loose with our hands, so we're gonna put this on here, break it loose with the gun. Let's get it. As you can see, having these 2 extensions helps. Probably really only needed 1, but we're gonna try to break this thing loose. And we're loose. So let's see if we can pull this bad boy out. And of course the socket wants to pop off, but no big deal. We can reach our hand in here and grab it. And there it is. It's our old oil pressure switch. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our new one and slide her back in there. All right, guys, so we got our old oil pressure sensor out. And after looking at it and comparing to the one we purchased, we had the wrong part. So we had to go back to the store because we found out that there's 2 different pressure sensors that are made for this vehicle. So you gotta make sure you got the right one. So disregard that part number we found earlier, or just keep it for reference because it may be one of the 2. So this is the one we ended up having to get. So it's a Duralast PS527 oil pressure sensor. So as you can see, those are correct. Yeah, same threading, same connector. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pop the new one back in. All right, guys, we are all done. I'm gonna look back up from the top. You can see the green tab. That's our oil pressure switch. So everything is all good. Pretty simple job. You know, barring the fact that we had the wrong part the first time, this probably only took less than 30 minutes, and that's including taking your wheel off, you know, from the side. And we'll see if you get a better view from over here. You can see that. That's it right there, that green tab. All right, so that's it. So for more tips and tricks, follow us at the Mechanics Garage. Like us on YouTube. Subscribe, tell your friends about us. We try to make our videos pretty simple and straight to the point. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. As always, peace.